So Oscars are this Sunday, and there is going to be so much great fashion. So what do we think are the most iconic Oscar dresses of all time?
Yes.
Miss Butterfly herself, Cynthia.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I had to choose two because I went against the rule. So the first one I had to choose is the 2002 Monsters Ball win Halle Berry in the Ali Saab dress.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Because I think about iconic dresses, and I think about, first of all, ones that are instantly recognizable, that you automatically know the time and the place.
We didn't even need the picture.
Exactly.
We knew it.
You knew exactly. And this one is gorgeous and stunning, and I think that's important and memorable. But on the opposite scale, also iconic, is Bjork's dress, the swan dress.
I totally agree.
It's something I would never, ever wear. Most of us never would. And yet, everybody remembers this dress instantly. And here's the thing. I mean, arguably, she was ahead of her time. This dress that was mocked.
She was?
It was mocked. It was, honestly, it was on every worst dress list. It was, everybody, you know, slaughtered her the next day. And yet, it has been shown at the Met Gala. It is in museums around the world. And the thing is that she just really liked this. She liked this designer. She was given a nod at Cannes the same year, and she wore the same designer, arguably a weirder look that was there.
No, I like that. No, I like that.
But I will say, one of the tragedies is that she wasn't even given a nomination at the Oscars. She did win, I think, Best Actress at Cannes. She got a nod for Golden Globes. And if you haven't seen Dancer in the Dark, it is one of the most hard movies to watch. She is gorgeous in it. You will weep. It is terrible. Terrible?
Harrowing.
No, harrowing.
Harrowing.
Okay.
Anyway, iconic, all around. Those are my picks.
Okay, we got to get through these.
I am going to 1998. I'm going to Kate Winslet. She was nominated for her role in Titanic. She wore Givenchy at a time where Alexander McQueen was the head designer. And for me personally, and I think for a lot of people watching, I mean, it's wild because it was the 90s, and you look at her now and you're like, I'm sorry, people were talking about her weight? What?
Yeah.
But for me watching, I thought, and for so many of us, I'm like, oh, it's possible. There are curves on the carpet. We're not just in the Kate Moss era. So that was iconic.
I love that.
Yes.
I went with an Oscar look that wasn't even on this list, yet this dress has its own Wikipedia entry, and I'm talking about Nicole Kidman's Dior chartreuse dress from '97.
Wow.
Like this was, well, this was the first couture dress. This is what Joan Rivers said. It was the first couture dress on an Oscar red carpet, and it sort of changed the game.
What year was it?
This was '97.
Wow.
And Joan Rivers also added that the color made her want to puke, and then mimed throwing up, and she said the color was very, very ugly. But it really did change, like, the way that people dress. Everyone, you know, she wasn't even nominated. She was presenting that year, but that dress ended up having its own Wikipedia page, which is my dream. And one day I hope to have a Wikipedia page.
So I'm going to go back to what would be the OG. Before J-Lo was my fashion muse and guru, I would have been all over Cher in 1986.
Oh, yes.
Because of this dress. Now,
it's very iconic.
It's iconic, but I have to read because, okay, now I have to paraphrase because I can't get into my notes. She wore this dress, and it, of course, made a splash. Imagine this today, it would make a
So much skin.
Never mind 1986. And everybody asked her, why did you wear this? She recently did a Q&A with Vogue, and she said, because the Academy didn't like me. And she says, if you want to put me in a corner and you don't like me, well, then I'm going to sort of take my place. And she came out with this dress. She came up with the idea. Bob Mackie put it together. And then the next year she came out, and guess what? She actually won, surprisingly, to her surprise, she actually won an Oscar and wore another Bob Mackie iconic dress, which again, lots of skin. That's a Mel dress if I've ever seen one.
It is, Mel.
And, you know, so anyways, kudos to her. And I think I got to go back.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Iconic, all iconic.
Yeah, and all sort of like 90s.
Yeah.
I guess we want to go back to our 90s Oscar era.
That's true. It's true.
Loves it.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.